Ever since the release of Star Wars The Last Jedi, a lot of fans have wanted to see a lot of change within the Star Wars franchise. This is Mike Zero here. If you guys are new to the channel, do make sure to subscribe to see future Star Wars content. Now, with the future of this franchise, which by the way is very expansive, both Disney and Lucasfilm have numerous projects in the current works right now. They have the Clone Wars Season 7, the Mandalorian, the new Star Wars trilogy, the Rian Johnson trilogy, which may or may not get cancelled. We'll have to wait and see what happens with that. They have Episode 9, of course, the Cassian Andor series, which is going to be a Rogue One prequel, and a whole lot more to come past that. Now, one thing is for certain is that Disney is trying to fix the Star Wars franchise, and this all starts with Star Wars Episode 9 and The Mandalorian. Those two projects are actually being viewed as a course correction for this franchise that saw a big dip in the box office results with Solo: A Star Wars Story, which was all caused and due in part from The Last Jedi results and the feedback that it received and the backlash that it got based on a lot of decisions by Rian Johnson and Kathleen Kennedy, etc. So the biggest question of all is, of course, is this enough to fix the Star Wars franchise for a lot of hardcore fans around the world, as well as casual fans? You know, I've spoken to quite a number of casual fans, and they too actually expressed their concerns with the future of Star Wars and how The Last Jedi turned out to be. Now, if you guys enjoy The Last Jedi, that's perfectly fine and okay and all. Everybody has their opinion. I do realize that some people out there do enjoy this film, and that's okay. But as for me, I had a lot of issues with The Last Jedi, and I feel like that it does need some fixing in the sequel trilogy, and that's exactly what they will be doing with Episode 9 for starters. And then the second project to fix the Star Wars franchise is, of course, The Mandalorian. Aside from all of that, George Lucas apparently will have some say into what will actually happen in certain sequences for both Episode 9 and The Mandalorian. Not quite sure how significant George Lucas's involvement really will be in those two projects, probably very minor, but nonetheless, the fact that George is involved in some way, shape, or form is great. So with Disney, you know, this is the thing here. With the news that came out just the other day about Disney, Bob Iger, the CEO of the company, how he announced this Rogue One prequel centered on Cassian Andor, I noticed a lot of negative feedback. A lot of people weren't too excited about the Cassian Andor series, mainly because it's not Jedi and Force related stuff. And I can understand a lot of people's, feelings on that, because if you look at The Mandalorian, that in itself is going to be a series that focuses away from Jedi and Force lore and stuff like that. Sure, there may be some tie-ins here and there, but its main focus is all about this Mandalorian character. Now, with the Cassian Andor series, alright, it's all based on Cassian Andor, portrayed by Diego Luna. It will serve as a Rogue One prequel. Again, this will actually shift away from Jedi and Force lore most likely, and may have tie-ins with Darth Vader. I'm hoping at least. Now, past that, apparently there's yet another live-action TV series in the works. We're not quite sure what it is. But a lot of people are pointing at what Marvel is doing. What Marvel is doing on their live-action TV series is a Loki series. I don't know if you guys heard about this, but a Loki series starring Tom Hiddleston is coming to Disney+. So that, to me, I've seen a lot of fans express more excitement toward that over the Cassian Andor series. So the biggest concern here is this: if Disney actually is putting all their eggs into one basket with Star Wars Episode 9 as a course correction for this franchise, as well as with The Mandalorian and the Cassian Andor series, is it enough to steer everybody in the right direction to really hop back on board and have all fans around the world very much in tune with the Star Wars franchise like how we were before The Force Awakens hit theaters? Now, to me, The Force Awakens was a good movie. Did it have beats for beats of A New Hope? For sure, but I understood their vision. I understood exactly what their position was. They were taking it safe. They were playing it safe since the prequel trilogy got a lot of flack. So, of course, they had to copy some elements from A New Hope. Then with The Last Jedi, it seemed like they wanted to shift away from those beat for beats, and Rian Johnson did something completely different and new. which I believe, something new and different is always good, but Rian Johnson took it way too far in my own personal opinion. So now with episode 9, I think that you're going to get a combination of those, where it's going to be both new and old into one big movie by tying all the Star Wars movies in together. And that's one great thing about this film. It's going to be a mega event. A lot of people are going to tune in because it's the final Skywalker Saga installment. And not only that, a lot of people are curious as to what's going to happen with Luke, Leia, Lando, Kylo, and Rey. Those characters are the main focus right now. But anyways, guys, I would really love to hear your opinion below in the comments section. Do you believe that Episode 9, The Mandalorian, and the Cassian Andor series is enough to fix the Star Wars franchise? Do you believe it even needs fixing? That's what I would love to ask you guys right now, and if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.
Gun in hand, we are alone again. No, I'm not the one from night.